So, my young friend, you wish to learn the power to create worlds? Well, this is a tremendous power indeed, but one that is not given lightly. To do it, you must learn the mysterious art of... Every writer making a secondary world wishes in some measure to be a real maker, or hopes that he is drawing on reality, hopes that the peculiar quality of this secondary world, if not all the details, are derived from reality, or are flowing into it. There's lots of reasons why J.R.R. Tolkien is such a giant in the history of fantasy, right? But one of the most important ones is this idea that he had of a secondary world, a creation that you create not just from story, but also from language and art and history and all that stuff. That's the kind of thing that transforms a piece of literature into a whole world. So we owe Tolkien basically thanks for this whole idea of world building. Now, he started with language, right? But pretty soon he was writing things in the language, poetry and histories, and he was making timelines, and he was doing family trees, and he fleshed out a world including many, many, many maps. Like, so many maps. Since Tolkien, world building has been an essential part of all sorts of genre stuff, science fiction and fantasy, and not just books, but movies and TV and comics and games. So as we leave our fantasy unit, you're going to do some world building too. And you're going to create your own secondary world, just like Tolkien did. You're going to fool around with language and culture and history and geography. If that sounds overwhelming, don't worry about it, because we're going to do a series of exercises that will sort of jumpstart your creative process with creating a secondary world. Now, in the great tradition of Tolkien and Guillermo del Toro and in me in 7th grade, you're going to do your world building in a notebook, in your class notebook, so that you can weave together all your images and words and maps and charts into one elegant package. And your final project will be a presentation of some of your best notebook pages as you present to the class your entirely original fantasy world. So let's get started. Go to the next video, Object Lessons, and begin the first exercise. So, my young friend, you wish to learn the power to create worlds? Well, this is a tremendous